Well, percenters, welcome back. Coach Tommy here. I found this video called The Physics of Zion. I think it's produced by ESPN, and I just was looking at some stuff about Zion, so I want to check it out with you guys. Let's see this video.
I've never seen any player like Zion. You haven't seen a player like him. I've never seen anything like him on a basketball floor. He's never seen that big play with that much explosion. Zion Williamson arrives in the NBA at 19 years old, but with a superstar's game. He can score from everywhere. He has a high basketball IQ. He plays ferocious defense.
He cannot score from anywhere. He can't shoot threes. We obviously know he's big, he's huge, he's fast. Yeah, he can't shoot.
But none of those is what makes Zion unique. What makes him one of one. It's this combination. It's literally enormous. And it's absolutely fly.
Zion is big. Zion is Zion can fly. We know that, man.
I feel like the world has to see things like that. I see myself as the first Zion.
So what
He is definitely one of one, man.
exactly does this mean? What are the physics involved in launching something this big, this high into the air? And more importantly, will the very thing that makes Zion special ultimately undermine his ability to stay in the NBA?
The physics of Zion. So this is what I'm talking about, man. I want to know if ESPN's spitting stuff or they're just hyping him up. I'm saying a lot that I don't like his long-term outlook. Give him 7 years or so before he really starts breaking down, because I don't like his biomechanics. I'm curious. Let's see what they say, man.
Okay, just how big is Zion? This graph shows the top 100 scorers in the NBA with the All-Star. Point guards are typically the smallest and lightest. Then there are shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers. And sure, there are a couple outliers. Isaiah Thomas is 5'9", and Kristaps Porzingis is 7'3".
Ooh,
But look at Zion.
what the?
6'6" is pretty short for a forward.
Oh my God! I did not know. First of all, he was 6'6". I think they list him at 6'8". 6'6", and looks like he's heavier than every single person. So Taco Fall, Boban, these 7-footers. I don't know anybody heavier. LeBron for a while was 6'8", 260. So LeBron is somewhere in here. If you've ever played basketball against a person that knew how to use their weight, oh man, you're in trouble. Those guys were the worst. They would just bang you around, and for me, there was literally nothing you can do.
284 pounds. Truly in a class of his own. Look, heavy. It's listed for second. It doesn't make sense. Right. So we've established that Zion is a large human.
It doesn't make sense. Damn.
There's certainly other large NBA players that came before him that can jump really well. So LeBron is still active.
Yep.
He doesn't jump as well as Zion does, and he's not 300 pounds big, but he's not Zion big. So Charles Barkley, similar, but not quite as big. Can't get off the ground as well as Zion does. So I would say that it's reasonable to conclude that what he does is unprecedented.
That's biomechanist Peter Wetton. What's a biomechanism? Good question. Peter?
So it's the mechanics of movement, and it's part biology, and it's part mechanics.
And the mechanics.
This is basically what I do, guys. If you didn't know, I'm a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer for over 15 years. I specialize in corrective exercise and performance enhancement. So that gives me my unique view on basketball in general, motor patterns, and all this good stuff. And a little tidbit that you guys didn't know, I'm also a psychologist. So I do this basically for fun.
It's basic physics. How well you move in space depends on how much force you put in the ground. The more mass you have to move,
Ooh, that don't look good already.
it's just hard to do that when you're really massive. Now,
That's crazy, Bert.
Zion needs to push it to the ground at more than 2,500 pieces of force.
Anybody still taking physics? All you really know is force equals mass times acceleration.
More force than LeBron. Way more than Kristaps Porzingis. Who can almost reach the rim without jumping. Way more than Michael Jordan. Who was much bigger.
So force equals mass times acceleration. The more speed you have, the more force it's going to be. The heavier you are, that's mass, right? The more force is going to be required from you. So a lot of times when you guys are asking me vert programs and stuff like that, yeah, if you lose weight 5-10 pounds, it will significantly help you jump higher because the amount of weight that you have to lift and accelerate off of the floor becomes less. So you don't have to actually get stronger if you get lighter, because you'll basically be using the same amount of strength. So that's why people want to get lighter when they are typically trying to jump higher. So that's why people want to decrease their body fats. But yeah, it's super hard. Requires a lot of energy to jump this high. Okay, so this is also kind of misleading. Remember, force equals mass times acceleration. So this doesn't account time. Time is very important.
That's comparison that puts what
Like moving, another point, moving something very, very slow. Okay, that's like a power lifter. If you just got to move a giant rock or something like that, you can move it as long as you move it really, really slow. You're still going to use a lot of force.
that's in perspective, say an Olympic high jumper, and clearly they're optimized for one thing, just jumping. And those athletes are generally 100 pounds lighter than you. So it's just really hard to get.
284.
That makes sense. The more weight you have to get off the ground, the harder you absolutely do it. But the takeoff forces are just the beginning percentage. So we brought in our resident physical therapist, Stefan Bell, to explain what happens when Zion comes back to Earth.
This is where the majority of injuries happen, guys. It's the deceleration. This is where all the impacts happen. And if you guys have seen or taken my jump course, we work on acclimation and we talk about decelerating the forces first. Build your brakes.
What do you see?
It's really the elevation, and we froze it here because it's fantastic when he goes up. But when we talk about this conversation of the concerns for Zion, what goes up must come down, and I think the landing will show us a lot more. Now here he touches the rim a little bit, but that's going to be enough to take him so off balance. See how far the forward lean is for him, coming way over the top. He really looks like he's going to fall. And what that means is there's a lot of force that instead of a softer landing, more upright landing, if you go not completely straight, but a little more towards vertical, would be absorbed through this whole, what we call the lower connective chain at the ankle. He loses a lot, displaces a lot, that can put a lot of stress on the knee in particular here.
Now you might be saying, so what? Zion ended up off balance in that one dunk from Thomas.
Yeah, no, okay. Well, first of all, okay. So that's what I was talking about with force. So when you are landing with a lot of force, you're forced 280 pounds all up in the air and you're landing over gravity. Okay. When you land, the longer it takes you to land, you are distributing that force. So yeah, you're not landing with a completely straight ankle. Okay, so if you land with a completely straight ankle, you're going to break your leg. If you land with a completely straight knee, you're going to break your leg there. Okay, so this rotation that she's talking about, this is actually saving him. So if he didn't rotate, he'd probably break his leg. So rotating, once he lands down here, okay, it moves up through the ankle and foot into the knee and then into the hip. Okay, if he doesn't rotate this hip over like how he's doing, okay, he's going to take more forces down here. So yes, you have to rotate down. And then it would be even better if you got this foot down sooner or another arm or leg to dissipate those forces, not just put it all on one leg. So come on, man, this is dumb.
Not completely straight, but a little more towards vertical, would be absorbed through this whole, what we call the lower connective chain at the ankle. He loses a lot, displaces a lot, and that can put a lot of stress on the knee in particular.
Now you might be saying,
So it's not a great landing, but since it's in slow-mo, right,
now you might be saying, so what?
the amount of time he's on the floor with one leg is very minimal. So there's actually not that much force on that foot.
Begin to see it right here. And here.
This one is not good.
Perhaps the only thing that could slow
Right here.
Okay, this one I'm not worried about. When you see guys go up and they hit the floor and they fall, it's 1 foot, another foot, and then the hand, and then the hand. Okay. He knows when he's landing, he's in a very, very bad position. So instead of trying to stick the landing like a gymnast, he begins to crumble. That's why when you get in a car accident or car accidents, they have crumble zones because they want your car to take that impact and it crumbles down. Okay. They're trying to dissipate the force over time. What the hell is going on, ESPN?
Right here.
This one is bad.
Starting with
perhaps the only thing that could slow
Okay, so the way he lands here, the energy is rotating this way. His foot is rotating down, his knee is rotating down, the energy is rotating that way. On the previous fall, he rotated in, which was much better. So I would love it to have seen him land here and then the energy go this way, okay, around the hip, and then you would love to see this thing come down and this thing come down this way. But he does the reverse, which is these landings I am worried about. Okay, he's young, he's resilient right now, but many of these is why I'm saying he's not going to last very long.
starting with
perhaps the only thing that could slow the Zion locomotive down is his
Oh,
style in which he plays.
I remember that. Do you guys remember that?
Zion locomotive
Ooh, okay. So let's go back.
People are starting
Spiraling energy, man. It's all about energy, all about waves. How do you dissipate the force?
slow the Zion locomotive.
Okay, so when he goes here, okay, oh God, this kills me. Okay, so when you plant this foot, this knee should rotate away. This hip should rotate away. Okay, once you push into the floor, that knee should rotate away. And then this foot is not in any position to push. You're not even on the balls of your feet. You're on the side of your foot. So there's no way, okay, that your inside knee here can take that pressure. It's actually a good thing here that he falls. Okay, so as he falls, this knee gets tweaked and then he falls backward because you should not put your knee and your foot in that type of compromising situation, man. Yee. So make sure when you pivot, boom, when you pivot, you should have that foot around here so you can actually turn back. So these are the bad motor patterns that I see. They're going to blame it on the shoe because the shoe blew up right there. Okay, but the shoe that blew up, okay, the energy leaked out of that shoe. It's because you put all that pressure on that foot. Okay, and this left foot was up in a very, very compromising situation. You would never, ever, ever put your foot like that if you're playing on turf like that. So he learned it somewhere.
Zion will probably never play 82 games in his career. We've not seen somebody with this body and this force get up and down off the ground. And I just wonder, is it sustainable? And how real is all this? Will Zion's career actually be ready?
So he had the injury prior to coming in. We talked about his massive frame, so that increases the load he puts through those lower extremities every time he comes down. Put all that together, it does create these injury risk factors for him.
The obvious question is, can this be fixed? Zion the Pelicans was already working to retrain his movement to correct those bad habits.
This is what I'm talking about, man. Bad motor patterns. Motor patterns, you got to retrain that stuff. And I know they've been working with him. I think this thing is about a year old.
They said it was proper mechanics. His size doesn't work.
With proper mechanics. His size, this ankle, okay, this foot is already on the wrong side. So he has a band, and I do mini band stuff with my guys to strengthen up their hips. But this ankle is already rolled in. So this foot, this is his right foot. His right foot is flat. And this is the knee that he injured. This is the left leg is the one that he jumps off of a lot when he's doing the one-legged dunk. So right knee looks like the big problem.
To retrain his movement, to correct those that happen. They've said that with proper mechanics, his size doesn't work.
The flexibility and a lot of I've been working on my legs a lot. I think it's just not making straight legs, kind of let up on my force and go into my legs. So I'm not gonna continue to
No,
much chance of getting hurt.
what the?
Consistency and sticking with the program. We've talked about the concept of teaching you how to walk, just sort of process. But really, what it is just the whole kinetic change and addressing everything.
It's also working. And Zion isn't the first athlete to try to rewire his brain to minimize the risk of chronic injury.
We have seen people like Steph Curry, who comes to mind because of his chronic ankle issues. Some people wrote him off before we ever saw him become a star. And Steph has talked about going through retraining these internal motor patterns
Those shoes were terrible.
to train that balance and control over the ankle to reduce his likelihood of ankle sprains. Has he sprained since? Yes, but we haven't seen anything threaten his career like we saw before he did all this training. So yes, I would say.
So here's what we know. Zion is an incredible talent who's got the whole world talking. What we don't know is whether his unique blend of size and athleticism will make him a perennial all-star or leave us all wondering what might have been. Is Zion's build his greatest asset or a lurking liability? For the moment, it may be both. In case you're wondering,
All right. There are NBA players that have kind of come back from injury. Steph Curry is a great example, but the big difference between Steph Curry and Zion is how light they are on their feet. It has nothing to do with their actual weight. Okay, you have big giant animals like tigers and stuff like that are super light on their feet. They run super light on their feet. So the amount of contact time with the floor with every stride, Steph Curry is like prancing on the water, whereas Zion feels like he's lumbering. Just look at him jog up and down the court when he's behind a play and actually not running. It looks very heavy, dude. He's not light on his feet. He's a big powerhouse, and as much explosion that he actually has, he's heavy. He's heavy on his feet, not mass, not 280 pounds. He's just heavy on his feet. So that comes from very, very bad motor patterns. I really want to like Zion. I like him as a player. Obviously, I don't know him personally. I'm hoping the best for him, but it doesn't look good still in my eyes. It comes to bad motor patterns, and from that single little clip and the stuff that I've seen, whoever's working with him, they're either not getting it through to his head, the importance of doing it correctly and properly, because they're not watching him and he's not doing it correctly. All right, guys. Oh, sorry about that. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys learned some stuff about physics. Force equals mass times acceleration. Zion is gigantic mass. He has gigantic acceleration, so he's going to be putting tons of forces on him. If you guys are looking to jump higher or anything like that, yes, you can lose weight. I also have a jump program available to you guys, and I'm working on something special to help you reprogram all your motor patterns. Okay, until next time, guys, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better.